I'm Ken McDonald. I'm a new assistant coach for the University of Tulsa men's basketball program. My history in basketball starts in Rhode Island. I went to Providence College and played for a guy named Rick Barnes in the Big East. And started my coaching career pretty much right after I got done playing, and went on to be an assistant coach for Rick Barnes at the University of Clemson. From that time, I went with a guy named Dennis Felton, who's familiar obviously with Tulsa, as an assistant coach at Western Kentucky for a 5-year stint. We went on to the University of Georgia for a year, and then crossed paths with Frank Haith when I returned on Rick Barnes' staff at the University of Texas. Frank Haith had taken the University of Miami job, and I replaced him at Texas. And then I went from the University of Texas after 4 years to be the head coach at Western Kentucky for 4 years before getting into the professional side of the sport with the San Antonio Spurs as their G League affiliate assistant coach, and then on to be their head coach for 4 years before I was here. After that time, I spent about a half a year working for Jeff Van Gundy and Sean Ford with USA Basketball in the World Qualifying Games that are going on throughout the year. So that was an incredible experience as well. The way I got involved with the Tulsa job this year actually goes back a couple years. Frank Haith obviously has been a friend and somebody I've looked up to and been obviously very impressed with his career over the last 25 years. We've known each other a long time. We've actually talked a little bit about coming to Tulsa the last couple of years. He's had an opening here and there. We've talked and keep in touch all the time, so we've kind of talked about it and touched on it the last several years. As we talked, I learned more and more about Tulsa, and obviously more and more about what Coach's vision was here. And I got excited about it. This last time around, I just got really excited and immersed in the process and understanding where this could go. And it was one of those situations, the timing made sense. Coach offered me the position, and I jumped on board full throttle. A big reason that I'm here at the University of Tulsa, obviously, is because of Coach Frank Haith. I believe in him as a coach. I've always thought high things in terms of character, how he teaches the game, how he's come up in the game, the relationships that I've formed with him, through him, around him. All the people in the business that know Frank know that he's a great coach and a great person. One of the reasons I got into coaching is because the people that mentored me meant so much to me. Obviously, my philosophy is to give back to the program and the players and the coaches that I'm working with. I think it's really important to understand that these are student athletes, that they have to develop in so many areas that we have to constantly keep that in mind. I know winning is really important, but building a winning culture and helping developing young men in the program, that stuff the winning will take care of itself if you do that. So I think the development for these young guys and understanding they're going through a different time in their life. You know, they have so many distractions, they have so many goals, and it's our job to try to help them achieve all of that. I think, you know, the ways I can help coach from being a former head coach is stuff that when you're a head coach, you have so many things on your desk and on your mind, and sometimes it's hard. You have to have a strong staff to understand, to help you stay on understand the process and stay on task with getting that process done, whatever it is. You know, whether it's stuff outside the program where you're making sure you have a relationship with boosters and people that are important to the program, that your fans, your fan base, your student base, all those things. And then there's obviously all kinds of things that go on in the basketball program that need to be touched on daily, weekly, monthly. Development in general is probably the most important thing, most important reason that I got into coaching. You know, I love the fact that coaches work with players and help them achieve what they want to achieve. I was in the developmental league the NBA. So it was a huge emphasis on that. I miss that about college because you're with guys longer and you're at a younger phase in their career. So they're really actually hungrier in a sense. So that's a big part of it. But the situation in general with Coach Haith, KP on staff, you know, Kent and Polino on staff. I coached at Texas. I know Shea Seals. Everything made sense to come back to college in this situation. I've had other offers and other opportunities in college that just didn't make sense. It didn't have the full package of things that obviously worked out here at Tulsa. So I'm excited to be back in college, especially for the developmental part with these players. But also, you know, it's different. It's different than the NBA. The NBA is really just a business, and there are a lot of business decisions. We're developing kids to be student athletes, along with developing relationships with people around the program, and that's just a different aspect of this sport that I missed. People don't know this about me, but I am extremely funny. And once you get to know me, you'll see a lot that comes out of my mouth is not serious or truthful. Love sarcasm, love comedy, and you know, I've always been around people that just understand that you know, you have to laugh every day. You have to have fun with what you're doing. You can't be serious all the time, and I'm probably not serious enough. You know, Coach Haith would probably tell you that. But you know, cutting up and having a good time and obviously enjoying yourself and your company, I think is really important.